Hi guys, welcome back to Detailing and the Beast. So over the last couple of months we've reviewed a fair few snow foam cannons, as you can see here. So last time out we reviewed the new Amazon Basics 2021 cannon, and it was okay for a very budget cannon. I wouldn't pay full price for this, but when it's on sale, Black Friday, etc., a good buy. Before that we went out and we reviewed these three from AliExpress. Now we had a cheap one, a middle of the range one, and what I classed as the most expensive one. Since that video, a brand called MJJC, and you've seen that brand a fair few times on this channel already through the AliExpress detailing accessories videos. A lot of MJJC stuff was from AliExpress, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. But MJJC got in touch and they said we'd like to take part in that test. Well, obviously that test has been and gone, but I have actually scored all of these on multiple criteria. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's get that involved. So they've sent over this. This is the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. Now, you've probably seen this a lot on YouTube and a lot of other YouTube channels, but I bet you've never seen it compared to every other cannon on AliExpress, or even a benchmark product which we used in that test, which was the autobrite Direct PA Italian foam cannon. So today we're going to go back, we're going to review all them scores that we've done before for these three, and we're going to pit this against them in the same series of tests, again using a snow foam that's pre-diluted, so we share that snow foam across all the cannons, and we'll give this its scores on the day. Now MJJC were fairly confident that not only would it beat every single one of these three from AliExpress, but they were confident that it's going to beat the Italian PA one as well, based on my scoring mechanism. So I'm going to do it today, and we're going to find out whether it does or not. So at the end of this video, what I will do, I will put the table up that we had last time with all of these lances on. But for now, I'm just going to compare it to our benchmark product, which was our winner last time. It'll still get scores in every single category, and at the end I'll put a full table up so you can see them in comparison to all four of these lances. So last time, and just excuse me while I look up my notes, but last time we compared the centre of gravity, the capacity, the adjustable spray pattern, whether it has a dilution filter on the top, whether the lance has a pickup filter, whether it has a wide neck, the design of the bottle and the lance in general, visibility, so whether you could see the product in the bottle, the price, and obviously its foaming ability. So let's take them one at a time. So, centre of gravity. This actually scored 0 points because it is absolutely garbage. Over it goes, okay? So that scored 0 points. It is actually only stable when it has product in it. This obviously is very heavy. It's very bottom heavy. So the centre of gravity is absolutely amazing. It ain't going anywhere even when it's empty. So that scores the same as this one did, which was the 3 points. Capacity. Now, on the box, you get a nice box with this, by the way. MJJC say, of one of the things, it's bigger capacity. So I compared it to this, and technically, yes, they are correct. It is bigger. It does hold more solution. But 30 millilitres more solution? Nah, you can't be claiming that. So this holds just over a litre. This holds the same again, so I filled this up into this and then saw what the difference was, and there's 30 millilitres extra in that. So they're going to score the same points. It's not going to get more points for 30 mil. So that scored 3 points. That's going to get exactly the same. Now, adjustable spray pattern. This is the bit on the front where you can adjust your fan. So the AD lance, yes, does have that. The ones that failed on this are this one here, which is the very small one, and you can see centre of gravity coming into play again here. So that failed, and that got nothing in that test. This one picked up 3 points for that fan adjustment. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, so I've had to break my point scoring system slightly. This MJJC lance does have the same ability to change its fan. However, it has another trick. That is adjusted on the black nozzle. On the red nozzle, you can actually change the orientation of that fan as well, from vertical to horizontal. So I've had to break my scoring slightly and score that 4 points over the 3 that has, because it does obviously do something more. Dilution filter on the top, dilution nozzle. Yes, it has one of them, as did pretty much everything bar the very cheap one. So again, scores 3 points, nothing new there. Pickup filter. Now this is interesting as well. So the AD Lance, this scored a maximum of 3 points because it does have a very nice, very big and chunky pickup filter. And I would be confident with that if I had anything in my bottle, that wouldn't go onto my car. However, the MJJC Lance, it does claim to have, and a lot of other YouTubers have pointed this out, it's got this weighted ball at the bottom, and they've said it's a weighted ball. It isn't, it's a pickup filter. And inside of there, I'll overlay a screenshot now, is a very, very rudimental plastic gauze inside of that. So it does have a pickup filter. It just isn't as good as the one on the AD Lance. So the AD Lance scored 3 points at that point. This is going to score 2. Wide neck. Obviously the AD scored 0 in this test. And I only did, and I'm not sure why, I only did a 0 or a 1. So whether it had one or it didn't, okay? So this is going to score 1 point for having a wide neck. The design. Now, the AD Lance scored 2 points in this category. The MJJC Lance is a far, far, far superior design. The bottle is better. The look of it overall is better. It's even got some engraving here, the MJJC logo engraved into it. Absolutely brilliant and a stunning looking lance. So obviously it has to score more points. I only wish I could give it more. But for design, that scored 2. This is scoring 3 points. Visibility of product in the bottle. Yes, you can see the product in both of them. Maximum 3 points were scored by both. The price. Now, for all of this wonderful lance and all of this wonderful lance, the price is where they're going to get you, and you have to pay for quality. I understand. This scored 0 points in the test because out of the 4 lances that we tested, it was by far the most expensive. So it scored 0 points for being around about, with the pickup filter, £33. The MJJC lance, £43 when you take in the conversion rate of the currency dollars to pound sterling. 43 quid. Now I know and I appreciate foam lances are getting more expensive these days, and you, as I say, you do pay for quality. But 43 quid, I think that's a lot. I really do think that's a lot of money for a lance. Longevity wise, I cannot speak for the MJJC. I have literally only had it a couple of weeks. The autobrite one, I have had that thing easily since I've been in this house. So 6 years at least, maybe even 7. So that is still going strong. It's on its original gauze and it still foams like crazy. An absolutely fantastic lance. Longevity wise, that is king. That is a monster. This, I don't know, is the honest answer. I haven't had it long enough and I can't comment. But £43 against 33. Are the extras in this worth the extra tenner? And that's only something you can decide. Now, the final test was the foaming ability, and I'll overlay some shots now. So first, we'll do our benchmark product, which is the AD Lance. And we'll do that on the rear door. And now the new MJJC Lance. So that's the autobrite foam. Very thick, very heavy, lots of air bubbles. And the MJJC, you can see, has gone on pretty much as heavy, if not heavier. Same solution. So we'll just sit and watch them now for a few minutes whilst they dwell on the panel. Initial application, I couldn't really see a huge difference. Yes, there was a difference. I think this went on a little thicker, I do have to be honest. But was it a lot thicker? No, it wasn't. And after 10 minutes, the difference between them, I don't think you would tell whether you could, I don't think you could pick which was which if you actually knew. They were very, very, very similar. And as such, that was a heavily weighted score. So out of the 3, and then we gave that a weighting of 3 as well. So out of the 3, this scored 9 points. This scored 9 points. And now we can come on to the totals. So last time I said that the scoring was out of 34. I've had to change that ever so slightly for that spray pattern and accumulate another point. So out of a maximum of 35 points, by far the worst one was this, the cheapy one. That scored 15 out of 35. Next was the next one up in price, which was this middle of the road lance. This one scored 22 points out of 35. Quite a respectable score, and I still stand by that as a secondary, a third lance if you need something quick, a backup or something. I stand by that one. The next one up was the most expensive lance at the time on AliExpress, was the Voldemir. Now this was a very nice lance. I do like this. I've even branded it up with the channel branding. That out of 35 scored 24 points. Now we come to the Benchmark and the MJJC. The Benchmark product, that scored 26 out of 35. It was heavily let down by its price. The fact it doesn't have a wide neck and its centre of gravity is abysmal, to be fair. So that's where that one got knocked down. For everything else, it scored pretty much full marks. The MJJC, now this has done it, to be fair. This has done it. Out of a possible 35 points, this has scored 31. Where it picked up over the Italian PA lance, extra points. It picked up points in its centre of gravity, scored full marks. It gained an extra point for the adjustment on the front. That was another full marks. It has a wide neck, again, another full marks. It picked up an extra point in its design over the Italian PA lance, again, full marks. Where did it fail? For me, big time, it failed on price. That was pretty much it. So it was price and its pickup filter. So the pickup filter isn't as good as the Italian PA one. And that's it. So if you could make a better filter on this and bring the price down, and it'd have to be considerable to be fair, that for me would be the perfect snow foam lance. And that's how it is. So well done, MJJC. You said it'd beat all of them, and you know what, I wasn't confident, but you've done it, and you've done it in style, to be fair. So before I end this video, I just want to talk about some more things that come with this cannon, because they are relatively unique in that sense, the fact that they're supplied. You get a really nice box. You get some directions on it and stuff like that, and some showing you how to use it. Yeah, a nice box, really nice touch. You also get a maintenance kit. Now these consist of new gauzes that go in there. And a quick one to mention, actually, that we didn't score on. To change the gauzes or the orifice in one of these or any of these, you have to get the spanners out and you have to start taking bits apart with tools. On this, you can actually just unscrew this. That pops off. You can change that for any other pressure washer as well, so any other fitting. And then in there is your orifice, and then behind that is your gauze. So really easy to maintain lance, and a nice little addition. So you get that, you get the maintenance kit, and you also get the 1.1mm orifice. Now, why would you fit a 1.1mm orifice? To get more snow. No, you don't fit a 1.1 simply to get more snow. It's all dependent on your pressure washer, okay? I've seen some advice online recently, and ultimately it is wrong. And what people are saying is, oh, to get thicker foam, fit a 1.1mm orifice, without asking any further questions of who's posed the original question. And ultimately, guys, you could be causing people issues there. So the 1.1mm orifice is designed for pressure washers with a lower pressure, and that is between 90 and 110 bar. Now, if you look up the pressure washers on the market today, they are the really cheap end, lowest of the ends of the ranges pressure washers. Something like the Karcher K2 would be fine to fit the 1.1mm orifice. Anything going above that, so your K4s, your K5s, or your equivalent Nilfisks, Do not fit a 1.1mm orifice. What it does, it causes back pressure. And you can see this sometimes, and the worst cases of this are where you get pulsating. So you pull your trigger on your pressure washer, and the power will be coming on and off, and it's pulsating. And the jet wash is turning on and off, and it's going woo, woo. That's pulsation. What's happening is your pump is struggling at that point inside your machine. And if that pump overheats, it's going to break, okay? So just be careful advising people to fit 1.1mm orifice. It's not always the case. With that out of the way, you also get, and this warning is in this as well, you also get a nice little sheet from MJJC talking about which one you should fit in terms of, you know, the inlet and the nozzle size and the maximum flow rate and the pressure and all that sort of stuff. So that was nice to see. So anyway, that brings us to the end of this video, adding in the MJJC foam cannon into our AliExpress haul of cannons. It's done a really good job. I'm very happy with it. I'm going to start using this as my daily cannon now, just to see if any more problems arise with it from overuse and that sort of thing. Longevity against my autobrite one. I'll still keep all of these other cannons. They all have their place and all have their uses, but from now on I will be using this, so you'll see this on a lot more videos. And I think it solves pretty much every problem of the autobrite lance, apart from price, which that doesn't solve either. If I could have scored that negative points for the price, given it's a tenner more than that, I probably would have done. But even so, even if I'd have knocked, you know, I could have knocked 5 points off and it'd have still beat this lance, you know. So overall, fantastic bit of kit. Thank you for MJJC for sending it me. You know, I wasn't in the market for another lance, obviously, but now I've got it. I'm very happy with it. So if any of you are interested in this, what I have got is a link in the video description below. I'll put that in. Go and check it out. Unfortunately, I can't get you any discount. I wish I could. I've tried, but I can't get you any discount, unfortunately. So if any of you are interested in this at that price, go and check that link out and feel free to order. That's the end of this week's video. Thank you for watching. Please, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. It really will help the channel to grow. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you really like this video. If you didn't, shame on you. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.